Divine greetings to all who are watching Soulful Talks. Today, we have a very special guest with us, Dr. Swarnima Sharma. She is not just a great teacher, but a spiritual, soulful mom, and more than that, a very dear friend to me. She is the most awaited person on this show. I was waiting for her to come and join us and share the vast knowledge she has, not just the outside world, but of the inner realms of this human life. I welcome you, Dr. Swarnima Sharma, to Soulful Talks.
Thank you so much, Suruchi. You have for giving me such a heartfelt welcome. I hope that I come up to the mark. But it is very nice to be on the show.
I know that you have been teaching life skills for past many years. So I want to know, it is very important skill that all the students must have, apart from the professional skills, they must have these, management skills, time management skill, life skills, how to manage their time and self. So tell us about how are your experiences with the students being a life skill teacher?
Yes. Sure. Suruchi, I have been teaching in Chandigarh University for the past 5 years, and I'm teaching computer science undergrads. Before that, we were together in Punjab University, right? There also we were taking classes. So thanks to my experiences there at Swami Vivekanand Center, where we underwent training under You Connect program, heartfulness meditation, wherein they taught us the importance of connecting to ourselves and spending some time in with ourselves in seclusion, concentrating and focusing on our inner energies and trying to align them to the outer world. So it is from there that I learned that, see, when I'm talking about life skills, I'll not be talking about life skills as we popularly talk about them. I believe life skill is the way we manage our inner selves, right? And maybe we don't really need to give them any popular terminology as such, because they are what we are. Right. So I started experimenting. That was an experimental phase actually when I started going to my classes in Punjab University and started student with. I would start my class with some meditation, a small mindfulness exercise. So when I came here in Chandigarh University, it's very professional out here, very focused, and the students are also very different. Engineers are way too different from literature students that I had been teaching before. But then I found that it doesn't matter, how different they are. The requirements of the human being stay the same. There is a need to balance out our own world. Uh, so that's what I started doing in the classes, and I have found that it is very important because students feel a difference. They feel more balanced, and they also start aligning their energies to their higher good. So that's what education should be all about. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. See, life skills, sometimes we take it as a fashionable, curriculum,
Yes.
life skills. So you
Yes.
have inculcated your soul into this life skills. That is amazing. That's what we love about you. And pour your soul into what you do. So you are connecting the spirituality in this curriculum of life skills. That is amazing that you are enabling the students to connect with their inner selves, empowering their inner selves, connecting them to their roots, so that not only they just learn the theories and all, but they are able to uh, you know uh, be creative in their life and all that. So how the students are taking it? You are inculcating the spirituality.
Yeah.
How, because if you are dealing with young people, how do they
Yes.
take it, meditation and all? Do they sit quietly for like this, or
This this is a
yes?
very important question. Actually, what happens is initially when I started doing this, I was very skeptical And I would not say that I was all confident, because it's not easy to make someone connect to their own selves, because we are just giving them a guided, you can say guided meditation kind of stuff. Um, and I remember that initially students they feel that, why should we close our eyes in the class? Why should I sit straight? Why should I put my hands in my lap? And what, why does she say that focus between your brows? But uh, see, I would say that it has been a wonderful experience. Still, they are skeptical just for some first 10 seconds. Because, as Rumi said, we are not human beings having a spiritual experience, but spiritual beings having a human experience. So the spirit is, yeah, so the spirit is very much in us. We might uh, think that we are not spiritual, but we all are. And spirituality is not the cliche term that we use, that it is a path to finding some great God or something like that, though that is true. But spirituality is a way of life. So whatever we are noticing in the world around is because people are not connecting to their own souls, they're not listening to their own spirits. So students, I have found they respond wonderfully. Yesterday only, I had a new batch of students. I went to their class for the first time, and they were tired. So obviously, because it was already 3:30, and they'd been studying since 9:30. So I just said that, okay, we'll start this class with before we start the class. So let's have some meditation. And they were like, meditation? And then I said, okay, no worry, you have to close your eyes. And then within 30 seconds, they were all smiling. And I just took them for a session for some 5 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes actually. And they were all happy and refreshed. Then I could start teaching them. So they, contrary to popular belief that students would not respond, they respond wonderfully. That has been my experience at least.
I was reading some article, it was written that people are so lazy to get connected to self.
You're not
It's
audible,
very
Suruchi. You're not audible.
okay. Am I audible now?
Yes, yes, now you are. Yeah.
So I was reading a research article. It was written there that people are very, lazy, feel lazy to connect with their own selves. It is easy for them to scroll the screens and say that I'm not feeling good, I'm not feeling good. But how would it feel good? You have to do something to feel good, right? So as you have said that the students were feeling tired, they have to do something to rejuvenate. They cannot have just the glass of Pepsi or cola to rejuvenate. That is
But
easy.
Suruchi,
But
I'm
sitting there,
interrupting you in between.
yes.
But have we taught our students that, um, you know, uh, whenever this, what are we teaching as a society? It's not their fault if they are not feeling good. Parents also say, go have Coke, okay? Take a can of Pepsi, enjoy, right? So, so that's what they have learned. What's their fault? But if every time they feel low and down, uh, we teach them that you sit quietly, close your eyes, relax, take a deep breath. Even pranayam does wonders. And, and not for long, 2 minutes. Sometimes I time it. I tell them that only 2 minutes, give me 2 minutes. And then they say, okay, ma'am. So after 2 minutes, they feel good. So, but it has to be taught.
Yes, yes, exactly, exactly. That is what I was saying, that people are do not know. They know that they are not feeling good, but we have to teach our younger generation that don't go for the Pepsi. Just sit quietly for just 2 minutes, and you will feel all the rejuvenation and the refreshment from your inner being, your inner soul of energy and light. So that's amazing. That's amazing that how you are inculcating spirituality and the soul work and teaching the soul work to
Right.
your students. So yes, I want some suggestions from you. What suggestions, 2 or 3 suggestions you want to give to the teachers? How do they start doing this? if a teacher is listening to this, this talk, what suggestion you want to give to the teachers, how to start doing, practicing these, things in their classrooms?
See, I will be a little direct here. If the teachers are practicing something that makes them feel peaceful, if they know about it, they will definitely teach that to the students. If a teacher has experienced and does understand the importance of being with her own self or his own self, only then can she teach. Then again, it has to, I would say that maybe we need to teach, we need to train the teachers. See, everybody knows it's not something that has to be poured from outside, but the connection has to be taught. One has to learn, and then one gradually grows. So I have seen that teachers, whenever anybody who gets to that podium and starts teaching, somehow there is a transformation. I found almost every single teacher very dedicated to the students. I mean, I have not met any one teacher who would say that I don't care about my students, whatsoever subject she might be teaching, or whatsoever she might be, whatever level she might be at. So teachers are always giving their best, but they also have to know the techniques, and they also have to understand. Only then can they take this forward.
Exactly, exactly. So, we need to understand that rather than focusing on the fruits, we have to focus on the roots. While we are going to the classrooms, rather than focusing on the results and everything, we have to focus on the roots. If we are strengthening the roots of a being, of a spiritual being, of a student, we are doing everything, the exact thing, what they exactly have to do in their life. That's beautiful. You are a soulful parent also. I want you to give few suggestions to the mothers, how they can do, raise spiritually, enlightened children from the very beginning. If you can give few suggestions to the mothers.
Well, I think children learn by example, and all mothers, in any case, are doing their best. So I don't believe I'm an authority on that. But yes, what I see is that whatever we are, our children become somewhat a copy of us. So
With your
again, it starts from us.
also, yes. So it needs what a few examples what you were practicing with your daughter.
Your
If you can
voice is breaking. I can't hear you.
I want you to suggest few techniques or few examples in which you were, practicing these techniques with your daughter, if you can suggest that.
See, when she was growing up, that time I ensured that she should uh, connect to the energy source, whether we went to the temple or to a gurdwara. Uh, that is very important. So that is what we did, and then we also I used to read her books and talk about different moral lessons from different books. So it's been quite a long time back now, but I think that children are more spiritual. They are naturally spiritual. So I always found that I learned more from her than it being the other way.
True,
So
true,
I can't really say, yeah,
true. Mm.
yes.
So they have all the qualities, innately that we have to, build in ourselves as
Yes,
a raised.
that's
Uh,
how the process has been built. That we are born nearly aligned as much we can be aligned to the higher purpose of our life. And then we go through the transformation, we enter the teenage, we enter adulthood, and then we make choices. Choices decide where life leads us. But then, consciously, whether we make the right choice or not, that's what we have to do. And that's what will decide where we go in life, how evolved we become. Uh, so what I as a baby or as a till age of 5, I found that rather than me being her guru and teaching her stuff about being a good human being or anything. I rather found that she taught me more. So there was nothing like I am telling her that you don't have to lie. Children don't lie. I didn't have to say don't hit someone. Children don't hit. Mostly they don't. Yes, if they see that in their around their family, they might absorb that energy and they might start doing that. Otherwise, they don't. So, it would be wrong if I say that I taught her something. But yes, as parents, we do lay the foundation to their further development as they progress in years. Whatever we have taught them as in the beginning years does matter. So, not to hurt anyone, not to lie, to be good to others, to be loving, to be compassionate, kind, loving. All these things we do teach them. Yes, but that comes later. Their practice comes later when they enter teenage, around 10, 12 years of age. Yes.
So this is all about, nourishing, give a nourishing environment. They are already there, what they like to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes, if you are
So,
come close to the camera, you are
okay,
audible.
okay,
When you go
okay.
beach, then you are
So,
not.
okay, okay. I will remain closer to the camera. So, as we have said, they have already have all the divine, traits in them already. All a parent needs to do is a nourishing environment, there where they can, bloom like a most beautiful flower in their original essence. And what values we give them in the initial years, they are going to guide them throughout their life. That's very, very true. What we model in front of them, what examples we set before them is going to guide them throughout their life, no matter where they go, no matter what stage they are in. So, the choices they make will depend on what values they have in those initial years. That is so beautiful. And thank you so much, Dr. Swarnima. I'm so grateful to you that you came here on Soulful Talks. And it is always a soulful experience to talk to you. And I want you to come here again and again and share more and more your experiences and your knowledge with all the mothers who are listening to this show. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Dr. Suruchi, for calling me on the show. Thank you. It was a
Thank
great experience. Thanks.
you.